Hello everyone, it has been a little bit of time since we last saw all of your wonderful names in the chat. I hope that this week and long weekend have treated you well. But we are back, resuming our campaign of Anarion's Rest. And who am I joined by? Not one, not two, but a whole slew of amazing role players. How did I get them? Well, I mostly kidnapped them, but if you would like to know more about that, you can buy my autobiography, How to Kidnap a Role Player in 30 Ways. But tonight I am joined by some lovely cast members, so I'd like to know a few things from my cast members before we pick up where we left off. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what is the worst injury your character has ever had? I'll narrow it down. It has to be a physical injury that was caused by someone, or something like an accident.
What about heartbreak? Come on.
It's physical. You feel it in your chest.
And someone caused it, so I'll allow it. Give me that juicy gossip.
Hi, I'm Mare, and I'm playing River, your love... Maybe not River. River has a lot of names, but they're currently going by River, your artificer warlock. And, River's worst injury, River hasn't had a worst injury, but someone else, but some of their past aliases have been a lot of stabbings.
Okay.
Bob unmuted, so I was like, yeah, I was waiting for... I saw Bob, I was like, okay, you're going.
I was trying to find a screen to say that I was going, and buttons, tabs, things. Hi, I'm Bob. I'm confused easily by the screen in front of me and all the flashy buttons I see. Don't wave, I might get distracted. So I'll be playing Belda Stonesong, who may or may not be starting this episode off with a hangover and sleep deprivation. We'll find out as a dice roll. Worst injury ever had. Ooh, this is gonna go to, yep. So on a job working for the obnoxious, sand-chewing, short-changing, slime weasel son of a jet kicks, in the attempt of escaping from the deal that had gone bad by arrangement, Belda's had his toes on his left foot broken as he stubbed his way going up a set of stairs, and then after that they spent the night running, and it sucks running on a broken foot. That's the only one I'm willing to admit to right now for Beldas.
Sounds like Bob is talking from experience, though.
I can go. I'm Jen, playing Maggie, the Furbolg druid. And I don't think that Maggie took any damage in the combats that we did. And I think that those two combats were the two big ones with the Knolls and the Leonid were the worst, the only big major combats that Maggie's ever been in. So I don't think Maggie's had a serious injury. Probably got stung a couple of times. But yeah, I don't think she has. So that'll be interesting if she does.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kari. I play Karis, the tiefling wizard, and Karis's worst injury, it's not quite an injury, it was like a wasting curse that she ended up having inflicted on her something, but during her stint as a war wizard for the Assyrian, or whatever the empire's name is, for the empire, she was afflicted with a wasting curse that took a long while to remedy, and it was not fun.
Hey, Candle, who do you want to give that inspiration to?
I think it goes to Mare.
Oh.
No, but
Okay.
Rue,
well,
it's your turn.
Yeah, Rue, keep going while everyone figures out who they want to give inspirations to.
Sorry, I
People
was
going
trying to
crazy.
reply in chat. I think I was on a time. I was timed out or something. Anyways, Rue here, or Adam. I don't know at this point. Worst injury. There was a betrayal in Rue's past. And yeah, I think that's the worst injury. Outside of that, she's missing part of her finger on her left hand. But, she's a healer, so that's not bad. But you can't heal the heart with spells.
Oh, hearing all of this has confirmed one thing for me, and that's that I haven't hurt you all enough in this campaign.
Are you sure?
Clearly that lightning bolt was not enough.
I will say that Karis' second worst injury was in this campaign. I think it was either Moonclaw or it was like one of the gnolls that nearly took her down completely, like with one hit.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you were a close second.
Sunray, you stop this right now. You stop this right now, sir. I will send you to bed.
He just woke up.
I know. Every time I've given subs to Sunray, Sunray has immediately threatened to ban me. So,
It's an option. It's an option.
yeah, I mean, it might not be the best option, but it's an option. But, you know what? Let's get back into the groove. Let's get some wonderful little music going on. Alright. Last we left off on Anarion's Rest.
What if I want to do it this time?
Oh,
I'll
stepping
offer.
up.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
you want
I'll do
that?
it,
You
why
want
not?
that 1d6? You
Listen,
get that 1d6.
Shit's gonna go down, and I need all the help I can get.
Hey, that's fair.
I'll do the thing.
It's
So,
all you.
In or out of character?
Ooh, I'll make you a deal. You do it in character. You get 1d6 and you can roll it after you know the result of a roll. Or if you do it out of character, you can just have 1d6 that you have to state before the roll.
In character it is. So last session we started off the game with Maggie casting Entangle for whatever reason. I don't understand. I think someone looked at someone else funny, and then, listen, all I know is that there was spines everywhere. I decided not to fuck with that and left. Saw Maggie, and I saw Rue, and I saw Karis across the way. So I followed them, and they were following a lovely, lovely Yuan-Ti bounty hunter who I was very familiar with, but I know if I walked away, it would seem very suspicious. So I went with them. While everyone else did their own thing, I don't really know, nor do I really care. So I joined Rue and Karis with the lovely, lovely, lovely bounty hunter, Shiela, but she told us her name was Sienna. Bad move on my part, because it looks like she was looking for me and decided to poison me, and my lovely secret of me trying to hide was completely blown, where I found out, yes, my old bosses are here trying to kill me. We talked it out, decided to work together, and it's very much a kill or be killed situation. So it sounds like we are going to attempt to kill. We'll just leave it at that. We went to bed. Rue told me she loved me. I am chalking that up to drunkardness. And whatever fucking reason she was trying to contact at her. So we're going to try that again in the morning, and hopefully she forgets that she... Yeah, anyway, I'm still processing that. So here we are. I also didn't know what Golanath did, so I'm not part of the recap.
Fair. So I will fill everyone in the parts that you can take your 1d6. But Golanath decided to hand over the recently liberated eagle to Maggie. Something he had threatened to kill the goblin auctioneer off of. A sentient creature that had been stolen from Teldwanon, the homeland of the elves, and issued a declaration that Maggie should get out of here with the bird, as the Assyrian agents began to make eyes at Golnath. Very much a hostile situation, if you've ever had one, kind of like a Cold War-esque glare. Shortly after, Golnath broke into the auctioneer's house, finding several relics of Assyrian Empire nature, as well as from Teldwanon, including a bow that was very reminiscent of the crossbow that killed the first Elven king. Golnath pocketed the crossbow and left the top floor window open for a return later that night. However, we are going to pick up, slightly backtracked, from where we left off with Maggie. Maggie, you feel the weight of this cage pressed into you, and Golnath's words of, "Get out of here."
And Golanath put the eagle back in the cage and closed the door.
Correct.
Right? So the indication being that Golanath wanted the eagle to stay there for now.
Yeah.
All right. I think that Maggie would be trying to find, would probably have just like a moment of hesitation before leaving, seeing like that there was chaos and not knowing if Golanath was safe. But having seen what Golanath had gone through to get the eagle, the good eagle, would try to find a place away from people to the extent that that's possible.
Sure, yeah. You quickly rush off away from the auction platform, leaving it behind. I'm going to say like maybe a minute's run would get you to a safe distance where you're away from the chaos and there aren't a lot of individuals near you. Whatever individuals can see you seem to be minding their own business, maybe watering some horses or kind of saddling them up to ride to the Crystal Caverns themselves.
To Maggie's experience, is it weird for people to speak to animals, or the ability to do that somewhat well known?
I would say pretty well known. It is a low level spell. Most people are at least semi-familiar that there is magical capable of it, at least in this part. Maybe more so in the Assyrian Empire, but with the amount of humans here that you have already seen, probably a fair amount
Makes
of them
sense.
know what's going on.
So if someone sees Maggie talking to an eagle, they're not going to be like, the heck? All right, so Maggie's going to cast Speak with Animals.
All right.
And are you okay? Did they hurt you?
The eagle pauses for a second, kind of ruffling its wings in the cage, and kind of cocks its head to the side and looks at you.
I should have mentioned that I could talk to you. I can talk to you. Well, you probably know that I can, since I'm talking to you. But yes, I just wanted to know if you were all right.
Well, that's entirely fine. I didn't get hurt too bad, but I'm stuck in a cage, and on top of that, have you seen my master? They
don't
must
know
be
who that
missing
is.
terribly.
Well, let me start with the cage part, which is I think my friend put you back in the cage out of the fear that either someone would hurt you or you would take off. And I think he probably wants to know what's going on and wants to help you find your master. So if I let you out of the cage, do you think you could defend yourself if you needed to? And would you hang for a little while before leaving?
Oh, of course. That was the person that paid the shiny things to the short one, right?
The elf. One of your people, well, your master's people.
Oh, yes. I don't mind that. I can take care of myself. As you know, I am well equipped, and they kind of curl their talons a little bit and ruffle. They bring their. Gosh, I'm losing the word. Their mouth to like pluck out a feather or like a loose feather. But I don't suppose I have any pressing reason to leave. I'm sure that my master will come and get me anytime.
Okay. By the way, what's your name?
Oh, my name. Do you, can you? It pauses like. It looks confused for a bird on how to phrase the next sentence it's going to ask. Can you speak the language that my master speaks?
Close enough to be able to say a name, and also, I have no idea if it's on my character sheet. So, close enough to be able to say a name.
Of course. Well, my master called me Bloodclaw.
Bloodclaw. You must be fierce.
But when we weren't out exploring, he also called me his precious little one.
Precious little one. What would you like to be called the most?
What about Raka?
Fuka. I will call you Fuka.
That is close enough, fledgling.
All right, let me take you out of this cage, and then you can tell me a little bit more about your master, because it's possible that your master might need help. So I undo the door.
Yep. Bloodclaw kind of hops out, kind of looks around, fluffs their wings a bit, stretches them out, and then kind of like does that weird bird hop that like crows do. That's like perp, 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 like hops onto your arm.
Tell me about your master.
Have you seen my master?
I don't know yet because I don't know anything about your master.
Oh. Well, they are very, very fast. And they have pointy ears, and they carry lots of good food.
Pointy ears, lots of good food. This is good. This must be a master that you love.
They are my soul bond. I love them with all my heart. When I fly, they fly with me, and we soar across the skies together. One day we shall swoop down on our foes.
What did your master's people call them?
I don't really know. I don't pay attention a lot of the time. If someone's not offering me tasty tidbits or isn't my master, I don't really care about them usually.
Yeah, that's understandable. Do you know what... Oh. Can you tell me anything about the land that you and your master lived in?
Well, I hatched from a giant nest atop the tallest tree in a jungle of trees. I think jungle is the word. It is like green clouds when you're on top of it. But I was born there and hatched, and then we traveled north?
North.
Yes, that is the word. We traveled north, and then some people, not like my master, not with pointy ears, but with armor that reeks of oil and reeks of dead flesh, chased us. My master told me to fly away, and they got in a fight. They held those pointy tooth beaks. and they were fighting, so I swooped down to help. And then my master was asleep, and they caught me.
I'm going to ask you a difficult question, Fuka, okay?
Okay, will it help us find my master sooner?
In a way, I still want to help you find your master. I want to know, with your soul bond, would you know if your master no longer lived?
Roll me a medicine check, Maggie.
Ooh, I'm good at that. Ooh, I'm 24.
24. So, from your knowledge, given you have not dealt with many animals that were soul bonded, in your experience, you notice something else. A distinct level of trauma in this bird as it keeps asking, have you seen my master? You get the indication this bird knows what happened, is unwilling to address or accept at this juncture.
Got
Your
it.
knowledge of soul bond, they absolutely would feel it.
Okay, Fuka. Before we do anything else, is there anything right now that would make you more comfortable?
We could get my master.
Let's go talk to my friend.
Okay.
Do you like scritches?
Oh, I love scritches.
Let's go talk to my friend, and I will give you scritches on the way.
What is your friend's name?
Golaneth, my friend is of the same people as your master.
Oh, maybe they know my master.
Maybe. It's possible. Maybe. And I think as I walk, because I probably would end up going back to the caravan first, since I don't know where anybody's convening. And I think I would start trying to talk with Fuka until this spells out about anything we're passing by. Just like really like, oh, look at that. Look at that little rabbit over there. Or, oh my goodness, that girl, she just jumped over. She's doing hopscotch. That's a really, when people do that, they look a lot like birds. Like just anything to like keep Fuka focused on anything right now.
Sure. I think you are easily able to do that. There's enough going on, both with the caravan as well as just inside that market area, that there's enough action that you can kind of keep the hawk focused.
And I'll probably, take some rations and feed them.
Yeah, Krakat digs in gregariously to anything offered.
All right. And I really think I think Maggie would spend a lot of time just trying to help get Fuka into a slightly better place, like not expecting a lot, but just a little more comfortable and feeling a little more safe.
Oh, yeah. I think that you can get, just from the short walk, being outside of the cage is doing wonders already. And, Kraka kind of just slides up your arm, at one point is on your shoulder, and generally will stay put.
Okay. And I probably notice when chaos quiets down, but
Yeah. I think coming the way you would, you might at this point see Karis, Rue, and River following an individual towards a tavern, as they are towards the caravan side of the town of Haven.
all right. Then what I will still stay on like the margins of things as much as I can and not go toward the center of chaos, or where it was. But I think, you can designate like when Maggie would enter the conversation, and the intervening time would be Maggie sort of just taking care of the eagle.
Okay. Yeah, I think Maggie entered, correct me if I'm wrong, Rue River or Karis, it was around like drink number 2.
I wasn't drinking, I don't know.
Except for the
Yeah, it was
poison.
around drink number 2 because drink number 1 covered the first half of the conversation, and I think Beldis arrived.
Yep.
And Beldis
Said,
drank
I
And then
can't
Beldis
handle
drank
this right now.
everyone.
I need another drink.
Yep.
So drink number 2 was Beldis going, I can't deal with this right now. Walked away.
Yep.
Then he went and got trauma somewhere else.
Yep.
Exactly, got some more trauma.
Yep. Yep.
Like, man, I left that conversation thinking it would be better.
Yeah, I thought
over
that
here,
was
and it
going to be
wasn't.
the lightheartedness. It wasn't. Yeah, so I think Maggie would have joined around this point where you see Beldis like guzzling and then going, Dusty! And wandering over. Next time you see Beldis, Beldis is shirtless dancing on a table, from what I recall.
True. These are true.
But, so I think we'll pick back up with all of you kind of having your last few drinks. At this point, Ciela has left, saying, she reiterated she's not certain if Adder will come looking to the tavern for you, but she doesn't think he will. And then she left.
Should I assume that I heard or didn't hear that conversation?
I would say that you would have heard Ciela and at least would have a name to the face.
Okay.
And generally have a gist.
I would say then Maggie came in like sort of at the beginning or the middle of that and saw that she kind of like stood at like a little bit of a distance, not wanting to interrupt the conversation. And then as nobody seemed to notice, like maybe snuck a little closer and then like got a little bit, the bird made a noise and backed off. So probably hasn't said anything to anybody until they left. And then we'll be like, and points to the eagle. Has anybody seen Golina?
When Golinath doesn't want to be seen, we don't see them.
I'm sure they'll find their way here eventually.
I just have something for them,
Sure,
but I
some-
don't mind holding on to them.
Probably for the best. Karis is eyeing the eagle, doesn't seem like she wants to take that. That seems like it's a good place.
Maggie seems very content to keep the eagle on.
It's like, you keep that. That seems like a good plan.
And then probably towards the end of the conversation is when I hopped in Fizzle's collar and told Fizzle to follow Rue.
Yep.
Karis appears to be muttering something to the swaddled cat in her lap. Because I think only she and Maggie, I think, are up at this point. I think Rue's gone up, also drunk. Beldis is behind us, very, very, very drunk. So if Maggie wants to stay here and converse with Karis or see what she's doing with her cat, that's fine.
Do you know if anyone got hurt in the middle of town today?
I want to say no. No. So there was like some really intense, like super intense eye contact happening between Golineth and some people. But that sort of resolved itself when I just dispelled the vines, for they your vines?
Yes, I should have just dropped the spell. I was busy with the bird.
It doesn't matter. It was really easy. I cleaned it up. It was fine. No one was really hurt. Some people were a little scared when they got grabbed, but like no injuries.
Yeah, that's
We got them out.
understandable. That one person, I don't know, and I'll briefly describe the person.
Yeah, Kara, she
Means
describes
like,
you
I know
as-
what you're talking about. She even goes like, yeah,
that
So,
person means Golina harm.
short answer is that's a spy for the Empire, and they are currently at war with the elves, so they're not friends. That's a very, very light, no details version of what's probably going on there. But that's the gist.
So Goldeneth is someone of importance.
I cannot say that. However, they are an elf, and being an elf, they are automatically an enemy combatant to the Empire. Or at least considered as such.
I see. Seems a strange way to conduct a war, to send spies to randomly.
They're just here. They're always here to collect information coming through this area for reasons. And she like has this like shifty look about her. She doesn't, one, because she doesn't know what these reasons are, but also like there are lots of reasons why people have spies in places and she doesn't want to go into them. Like, reasons. So they're like not here for him particularly. It was just like he was here and he was really obviously an elf, so like stuff went down.
Not that I'm it's a dog in the background. Not that I'm bothered by the idea that I may have inconvenienced someone who wants to attack a friend merely for being an elf. But what I saw in their eyes was something that felt more targeted or personal. I could be wrong.
I mean, depending. So, how do I put this? Well, frankly, racism can feel very personal to the people experiencing it on like both sides. So the like unrelenting hatred you saw in their eyes is something that I feel might be pretty common in the Empire versus the Elves, considering the propaganda campaigns that they've really been working on, painting the Elves as savages that eat babies and children and burn homes down, and a bunch of things that really quite obviously aren't true, but you understand a little bit, I hope.
Oh yeah, I understand.
So while he might be someone of importance in the army, I would doubt that. I would doubt that. That seems a less likely explanation than they saw an elf and they hated him on sight and then sparks flew.
Karis, roll me a history check. I'll
Sure.
let you roll with advantage.
Cool. All right, so that is a thing with thing. 13 plus 8 is 21.
21. Okay. As you are kind of voicing these concerns, you have a flashback to one of your trainings in the military. It was very much not focused on your direct focus of magic and being a war mage, but more of a generalized study. And one of them, the Assyrian Empire has agents everywhere. And a lot of the anti-elf propaganda that is going on currently, mostly directed at Tel'D'Anan. Elves of, the kingdoms of Andaland, they don't have an issue with. And you remember a lecture in which they discuss the weaknesses of the elves of Tel'D'Anan, who are much more at peace with the etherealness and the natural order of nature itself. Soul bonding with animals for existence. And how to use that against them. One of these lectures focused on the easiest way to discover your enemies hurt something that is very important to them. Whether it is a tree, whether it is, a soul-bonded animal, whether it is something of importance, whether it is historical, whether it is personal, doesn't matter. They covered this with the dwarves, smash a statue, they're gonna get kind of upset. And they cover this with every country, regardless of whether they're at war or not. But this does have potential. I'm not saying that is guaranteed, but is a possibility.
Precisely. So I would convey the specificity of, I guess, the racism at play here, of the elves of Tel'Danan care a lot about their animals, their soul bonded, as this one clearly was at some point. The trees, things from their own culture, and it's a matter of course that the Assyrian Empire takes these symbols that they so value and does terrible things to them in order to draw out the enemy. So when Goloneth reacted to the eagle, they identified him as an elf of Tel'Danan, as opposed to one of the other varieties of elf we have here. And she would cite the kingdoms that I don't know the names of, but the other kingdoms that are not like that.
You are wiser in the ways of nations and spellcraft than I am, and I will accept your word. I would only ask, as someone who may be wiser in those ways, are spies not trained to hide their passions better?
I mean, you're really asking the wrong person. I have my feelings on the matter, which really line up with yours of, really, these guys are not, they're not good. They probably need to go back to basic training, because that's a slip. Real big one. But additionally, they probably felt fairly safe here. The Assyrian Empire doesn't generally expect to have enemies in this outpost, and they're generally known as like a open secret that they're here and what they're doing. Kind of like an embassy, but like less official, if that makes any sense. It's a complicated little gray area.
They are emboldened by the complacency of the people here.
Precisely. It's a very safe area for them to usually operate in with reasonable impunity, at least in the past.
I see. Is your cat okay?
Oh yes. I'm actually going over something very important. So I don't know if you'd want to join because you probably need to rest, but I think Magoubliette here might be able to find our intrepid little snakes. Or at least get a lead on them.
I see.
So I am going to let Magoubliette go undressed. I'm very sorry. It's going to be terribly cold, but you'll be fine. Much easier and much less likely to be spotted this way. And she, take the little robe off. And it just sort of poofs away in a little cloud of arcane dust that it was made with. And has a little eye contact, long sustained eye contact with this familiar. And they just stare at each other. And she just looks into a grin and goes, "Good job. Bye-bye." And Magoubliette would hop down and start slinking little spindly little sphinx cat ways out of there to go find the people. And be a spooky little, sneaky little cat.
I think sort of Maggie taking that as a sign that perhaps she would be a distraction at this point, would say good night and then figure out whether she had a room and pay if she didn't.
I believe you all have rooms.
We do.
Yeah, I think at that point Beldis is still dancing. Or would Beldis have passed out? What? You tell me what Beldis does. I don't know the course of Beldis' drinking night.
Background noise you've heard has kind of turned into a carefully orchestrated rumbling as Beldis is trying to start group karaoke downstairs.
Roll me a persuasion check. you know, there's enough drunk dwarves in here that I think you have got a fair chance of doing that.
You know what? I have an inspiration I'm going to use for this.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. That's better. That makes it a 17.
17. Dustin, Dusty Dustin, who, while still being on the clock and occasionally spitting on a table and then wiping them down, is right there with you. There's like 6 dwarves at various levels of inebriation. All unceremoniously. Singing wouldn't be a word I would use to describe it. It is yelling. It is this raucous yelling at various pitches and at various times. Like, some of them are like 2 seconds behind everyone else, depending on the inebriation. And you are just calling out, like, the stones that roll go down the hill, then we get to drink our fill. We're dwarves! I don't know. Something like that. And, you know, they're just yelling it.
That was good. Good.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. And I'm randomly bussing tables as well while Dustin's working. I'm not sort of. You know, and then like somebody finishes drinking them over, then I'm just grabbing the empties and taking them away before they can say much.
I love it. So would you be going to bed at any point, or are you partying until the partying is done?
Definitely closing this place out.
Okay.
I need to know if you fall asleep on a table as a bed.
That's true. Do you make it to a room, or do you stay downstairs? Or do you get
Trying
thrown
to stay
outside?
downstairs.
Okay.
Going to try to stay awake to watch the sunrise.
Okay. Okay. Will you take a level of exhaustion for this?
I most likely will.
Yep. Mark that down there, boyo.
Got it.
But I think that you absolutely can stay up until the sun rises.
And I will. There's exhaustion buttons.
And yeah, I think at this point, Dustin is passed out in the back. The Minotaur bartender has switched out with whatever the morning crew is, someone that's happier probably. You know, the kitchen staff have kind of switched out. You know, you have your morning chefs, and the sun will rise. Maggie, you're able to find a room right down the hallway from Goloneth's and from River and Ruse. Karis, roll me a perception check for Magoobliet.
Cool deal.
The little.
So I should just use mine?
Are you seeing through the cat, or is it Magoobliet going on their own volition? Because you get because I believe up to like 100 feet for wizards, you can look into your familiar's eyes and telepathically message. Warlocks have it for a mile.
Or what?
Warlocks can do it for a mile, I believe. Damn. Yeah,
So cool. Rude. But no, so she's not looking through her cat's eyes. I don't know what Magoobliet's perception would be in that case.
I think it would just be cat. So, let me look that up real quick. What is a cat's stats for D&D 5?
So I rolled a 17.
17? Alright, they have a +3 to perception, so a dirty 20. And did you explicitly tell Magoobliet what to look for?
Yes, so as her communication was trying to convey through that telepathy the image of the people that they were looking for, general descriptions, names that she had heard in the discussion, and the intent of what Magoobliet is to do, which is to locate them, to stay very, very sneaky and quiet, and to try and figure out where they are and what they're doing.
Okay.
And report back.
Okay. When morning arises, Magoobliet is nowhere to be found.
Have I sensed them disappearing in any way?
No.
Being unsummoned? Okay.
Magoobliet is still somewhere on this plane, just no idea where Magoobliet is.
Okay, I trust Magoopliet.
Yeah.
They're doing a very good job being the best cat around, so.
And morning arrives. The day is yours to do whatever you wish.
I need to know if Rue has a hangover.
I don't know. Do I need to? Do I roll?
Hey, how much did you drink?
Well, the first drink we had, and
Yep.
then I guess a liter of beer after that. So
A halfling?
Fair. Yeah, roll me a constitution check. We'll call it a DC 10. 10 or lower, you know, you're hungover. No negative penalties, just you're hungover. I won't be cruel.
Rue is gonna go ahead and cast lesser restoration on themselves.
Okay. You feel the weight, that nausea, the vertigo kind of just fall off as your spell wipes the slate clean of all your bad decisions.
Good morning. Good morning, Rue.
Yeah. Hey, how's it? How you doing?
Good. It looks like you've had a better morning and you're doing better now.
Yeah, nothing. A little spell can't cure. It's,
Yeah. I'm gonna cut to the chase. What do you remember from last night?
Well, I believe, we found out about all the people chasing you down.
After we got back to the room.
I did a little bit of heavy lifting with the spell. I tried to talk to your boy.
You failed, from what I understand.
Yeah, and I think, but you gave me his name so I could maybe.
Okay, that's
Do
where
it
I was trying to
today.
get. Do you want the name? I'm sorry, speak with your words. What?
She kind of rubs her hand over her face.
Okay, anyway, yes, do you want the name? Do you want to try again? Wait, what are you even doing contacting them? What is this plan?
Well, I mean, I kind of think maybe, and, stop me if I'm thinking wrong here, but we fake that I'm going to give you up and lure them into a trap. I got a little Christopher Walken. So.
Okay, not a bad idea, though might not be a bad idea to get everyone on the same plan first before you reach out to him.
Well, I tend to get a little impulsive when I've been drinking, and
Yeah,
I
that's an
also-
understatement.
I'm a little direct, typically.
So I'll tell you the name after we've talked to the rest of the group.
Sure.
Okay.
How was your night? You sleep well?
Yeah.
Sleep well?
More or less, my pain in the ass patron contacted me again, but she comes with boons.
Oh, what'd you get?
Fancy bird that I don't have yet. I need to make them.
She gave you the finger? Oh,
A f-
okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if she did do that, but no, an actual bird. She can be a little salty and sassy.
So, I guess we're just. Wait, I don't know. Does Rue know about Colonist getting a bird?
I think so because Maggie came in with a bird.
Oh, yeah, fair.
There is a
Yeah.
bird in the group now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Maggie set. No. It's up to you because Maggie hung back and didn't really come in and say where's Golanath until
Yeah.
after kind of things wound down with conversation.
And
But
from,
she was awkwardly standing there with the bird on her
With the
shoulder
bird,
for
yeah.
quite a while.
and from what I recall, Golanath did interact with the bird as well when Golanath did inevitably come to the bar. So,
Okay.
Correct. And
Oh, okay.
and I think Rue was in the
River
group?
was in the crowd when it all went
River
down.
was in the crowd. And the other two were in the crowd.
Yeah, well,
So they-
River was stalking the
I was
bounty
laying
hunter.
low. I was
yeah.
laying low.
So River definitely can put 2 and 2 together. River was close enough to hear 9 gold in your life.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I was like, shit, don't make Golden mad.
gonna slink a little bit further away.
So yeah, 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. I'm sure Golanath might have approached Beldis at some point in the night after a few beers and been like, we need to rob a house.
Oh, I guess.
Don't you already watched the outside. We gotta go back.
Is Beldis even conscious?
I don't know.
I sure. Why? Huh? What?
Oh, my head.
You're serious.
But that's all I will say for that scene. I'll let Golanath or Khan play that out, but I know that's what Khan wants. So.
But yes, to answer your question, Adam, for Rue, yes, we know the bird. Golanath, bird.
I even forgot what I was going to say to that. So at this point, it is moot. Well, everybody's got a pet but me, it seems. Well, Beldis, does he have a pet?
I swear I saw him have a pet rock at some point.
I
But I
mean,
might just be
I think you're just being like, that's...
trying to make you feel better.
No, I think that's just like a dwarf joke.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Fizzle might as well be yours. He follows you around enough.
Oh, fair. And I get to ride him, and she like jumps on his back.
Fizzle's a good boy. Fizzle allows it. No saddle for a bit, though. It's very flashy, and I have people looking for me, so.
Oh, fair. So I guess I've been meaning to ask you about that. So how, you've been you for a long time. How are they gonna find you?
That's why they hired the bounty hunter. But listen, Adder's got a good nose on him. It wouldn't surprise me.
Do you do you smell different if you shift?
I don't know.
Try it. I'll smell you.
No, I'm not shifting right now. I am staying in this until we come up with a plan. Because if we want to lure him out, listen, I just want him dead. Like, I haven't said that in a very, very long time.
Well, if this is as bad as the man as it seems.
I watched Adder force feed a guy poison and acid once. It was not fun.
Yeah, I've got no problem making this guy dead.
Yeah. It's either he dies or I die. So.
Well, let's make him die.
Yeah. And maybe just take out a couple while we go. I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine with not getting the bounty for once. I just want to make things.
Rue pats her like coin purse. Like, yeah, I don't really need much money right now.
If y'all can catch them, and not die in the process, be my guest. I just want them out of my hair. Because let me put it this way: if the gang are here, but Adder's dead, they're likely to honestly jump ship.
Yeah, you cut the head off the snake and then...
Yeah, exactly. Because he's not nice. They ruled out of fear, not because of loyalty. So, honestly, get him out of the way. And also, can I have a good berry before I forget? I would like to not consume anything while they're still in town, especially since they have a new poisoner that replaced me.
Oh, for sure. That's a great idea. And like, she'll hand you one and take one herself. And I guess by the by, Rue, if they have a spell slot left at the end of the night, they always will cast good berries just to have them for the next day.
And I think it's one good berry lasts an entire day for nutrition or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 20. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to not eat anything while they're still around.
Yeah, well, let's meet up with the team and I guess come
Yeah.
up with a plan.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'm gonna go get breakfast and
Rue's gonna,
breakfast, quote unquote.
Rue's gonna try to subtly like sniff River.
You
as
can
they're
probably
leaving.
succeed because my eyesight is going in my old age.
Yeah, they smell the same.
Yeah, I smell. At
What
this
do you
point,
smell
probably
like?
the tank of a tang of metal now.
And
Metal and grease.
Ooh. And morning arrives, you two head downstairs. Beldis is already there looking haggard as always.
Outside.
Golaneth definitely is there and awake, having only needed 4 hours to go through a trance.
I would say Maggie, being a parent of relatively young children, is probably awake fairly early, constitutionally. And I mean, we can ask about what Golaneth would have. Maggie would have probably wanted to keep Foucault with her if Golaneth would allow it, but I don't know if he would. So at the very least, she would have tried to borrow and again take the bird like outside and do more like, oh wow, listen to that song that person's singing, or did you see that sparrow? But I have one very important crucial question.
Okay, what is that question?
I don't know how bees and eagles interact, and I'm really wondering how Sparkles is behaving.
Oh, that is a grand question. So
Birds and
Sparkles
bees.
is like a fire bee, though.
Yeah, one, it's a fire
that's
bee,
true.
and then two, generally, eagles would not hunt bees. They may be nervous
Right.
of bees, knowing that they could sting. So they'd probably
Yeah.
be avoidant, if anything.
That
Yeah.
sparrow,
Or
on the other
indifferent.
hand. That
Yeah,
sparrow
yeah,
on
that
the other
sparrow's
hand
a
might be in
goner.
trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think an eagle is more likely to hunt larger prey, whether it is other birds or, squirrels, chipmunks, yada, 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 small rodents. I think the only chance they would actively try to hunt a bee is if the bee was already dead and they just happened to be there.
Gotcha. To be
Yeah,
there.
so I think it's more a curiosity,
Yeah.
maybe? Of
Yeah.
what the hell is that? Like,
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to say that Sparkles is trying to be friendly.
Sure. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, this eagle is as intelligent as a human. I assume they feel the heat come off Sparkles and they're like, I should not eat that.
Right. Yes. Probably not. Okay. So Maggie will come in from that, and at least at this point, I'll say probably have the eagle on her shoulder as well.
Okay.
Couple questions.
Sure. I am full of answers.
All right. Well, I think this is more for Beldis. Do you still have your shirt off?
Is it a cold night?
I mean, we said this was coming up until fall, I believe. So, maybe a little brisk. You're a dwarf. I think
Yes,
pretty
my shirt
hardy.
is still off.
I guess the second part, is there any, can we see, do you have any, skin tags from the curse or anything like that? Or does it not show?
So hold on here. Rue's checking me out here. Okay, quick little power flex. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cute
She's a
halfling is
healer,
checking
she's
you
a
out,
healer.
man.
No, you do not see anything externally different other than dwarf skin. I take that back. You probably see some very well-defined tan lines. Lots of time on the road, shirts on, now shirts off. So I know we got that little, kind of V thing going here. And
Does Beldis have any tattoos?
no, Beldis does not have any tattoos. No tattoos, no really any noticeable or significant scarring. No obvious discoloration of skin. Yep, Beldis looks in pretty decent shape. You know, I mean, older, little chub, but lots of time walking on the road, so it's that healthy chub, you know.
I feel like he's got the bod of like those, I don't know, like 50 or 60-year-old guys who do like the biking every single day.
Yeah, pretty.
And
I'd say
just like
who did the biking, you know, who 56 years old, who do the biking and then go to the bar and eat, you know, deep fried mushrooms and mozzarella sticks.
exactly, you know,
yeah.
like
It's got the
they're in
dad bod.
shape, but they're not like crazy in
No,
shape.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so Beldis would still have his shirt off, and ideally he'd be sitting outside, just watching the sunrise. Probably still nursing the last of whatever drink he had.
I don't know that Maggie would be up quite at sunrise, but probably at some point would have walked by and to the bird been like, and this is my friend Beldis. Beldis, say, this is Fuka. You want to say hi?
Hi, Fuka. Aha!
I think, yes. I mean, I think that's a hi. If you want, I could cast speak with animals so that I could understand them instead of them just understanding me. But I think, pretty sure we could say that was a hi. That was a hi. That was a hi.
That's the bird that Gullet and you and Ray. Yes, that happened yesterday.
Yep, that happened. I'm sorry about that. That
It's just been a long day. Long day. That was a highlight, by the way.
that really the standing on the table singing and dancing without your shirt was not the highlight because you seemed so happy.
Yes, seems so happy.
Seemed.
Ooh, seemed.
Seemed. You said okay. So seemed means not.
I love you, Maggie.
Thank you.
It
I
was.
think you're pretty awesome. What's going on?
It was. Oh,
Yeah, you did let loose last night.
yes.
Also, good morning.
Good morning. How are
Aren't
you doing?
Cold? Aren't you cold?
Hold on. Let me check. Not really. It seems. I mean, it's comfortable. It's cozy. It's kind of shaking the frost off the rock there. You know, it's just. So just so I remember right, people want you dead, right? And not like in the whole "we don't like you," just "we really want you dead" way, right?
Yes, but also I think you're deflecting Maggie's question.
Yes.
I was going to say changing the subject.
Got some rough news. And
Yeah, drinking is a viable option when you get bad news.
yeah. You try, you hope, it helps, and it doesn't. And you wake up later or you stay awake too long and you realize you made several terrible choices. What does this taste like to you? Go ahead and tell me. No, not even. Okay. Good luck there. Good luck. Because it was really just those 3 cups I poured together earlier, so I really don't even know what to make of it at this point.
The bad news though.
Yeah. The bad news, somebody wants River dead and somebody's after Gollineth.
And your bad news? I'm not always, very, very good at knowing when people want me to talk or not talk. But I really think perhaps what's the bad news?
Well, aside, I love the music. Well, your dad's not doing so well. Someone else who was around about my age when I left is passed. And several other. Do you know the shadow of the mountain you're in? Do you know the story of those who live there?
No,
The Crystal Caverns, the dwarves that came there?
I don't.
take a quick look around. Graham, can we see the outer defenses of the entrance?
For the sake of your story, yes.
Okay.
I think that you have, like, the tavern empties out into a street, and then there's nothing else on the side of the street opposite. It is just towards the mountains and that giant crystalline
And
bastion.
to specify, Karis has come down at this point, not wearing what she wore yesterday, but this is also baggy and shapeless and much like more toned down than pretty much anything she's ever worn in her life. And her hair is unnaturally straight.
So can I just say I would like to take my Fizzle's collar and tell him to go look around for a furbolg that isn't Maggie.
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
Before
Or
I
investigation, I suppose, because they're...
I will get to you in just a second. I can find his thing. Perception. That was cocked. That is only a 3 on the die, so.
Okay. Fizzle wags their tail and lets out that hollow metallic bark and sets out the door.
Good boy.
Pointing towards one of the ballista-shaped devices. You see that? That's for keeping shadows away. Kind of that block out the night.
That's a metaphor, right?
No. Yes, maybe. Hard to say. So, generations of my people ago, we didn't live here. We lived further elsewhere. The details on that can be boring. On one wonderful, what we thought was a nice, brightly full moon night, the story goes, a shadow crept over the land. The skies turned to blackness. The crops, the grass, the trees, all the growing life died as though deep winter suddenly hit. Then the shadow made its way towards our caves, to our caverns, to our halls. Enveloped all. Destroyed most. Some ran. Got away. Made their way here. But in the as the rules of the old kingdoms go, you're born underground, you die underground. The mountain is your womb, it is your tomb.
That's
My
terrifying and
ancestors-
depressing.
Yes it is. But in a different way. So they left, they ran, they fled the enveloping shadow of death that came over them. Its large wings blotted out the stars and skies. As it made its way through its hall, they say, all the torches, all the great furnaces burned bright, but no light shone through its path. They left, they ran, there was no choice. They had to. In the passing, those that stayed to the ways of the old cursed our kind, and since then we've been slowly dying as we age, which I know is strange because technically aren't we all dying?
Yes, we're all slowly dying as we age. Is this a particular kind of death?
Are you dying faster?
Probably, but I do. Yes. Where's my bag? I think it's in there. Can somebody go get that for me?
Yeah, Karis will go back and go find it.
So it's not that. Maybe it is.
The thing is filled with rocks.
Exactly, she's just scooting it along the floor behind her, dragging it like a child.
It is literally
back,
filled with
circling it.
rocks. This is correct. Thanks, Gareth.
Dwarves,
Reach in,
bloody
grab
rocks.
some random piece I've been slowly working on. This. We're turning to this.
rock.
Born and to die in the mountain means to leave, means to become the mountain. We are
But
solidifying.
when you become stone, do you stop living? Is it like petrification?
I don't think they would know.
We hope.
She's now like looking at Beldis very curiously, like going,
All right, hold on a second. Somebody give me some water and we'll go to school here. Take my drink and just pitch it out.
Are there not people who can heal such things? I've heard that there are.
None that have been found. None that we know. No magics we've tried, attempted. No studies we know seem to have worked. Maybe have
curses are
slowed.
finicky things. It's complicated.
So it's different than, say, what would happen under the stare of a basilisk.
I hope so. That sounds terrifying. Not that this method
Petrification.
sounds better.
It really depends on how you construct the curse. Like, I can go into details. It's really not that important. Frankly, I don't think it would be valuable to really go into. But
Tell me not.
yeah, suffices to say, a curse can work in a number of different ways. It's very, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but it's kind of wishy-washy magic. And you can go all kinds of ways. Some very complicated routes to get what you want to do, and depending on how powerful the curse is, and if it's a curse laid by an entire group of people, that adds like casters, which adds power and like intensity. So it becomes very complicated trying to disentangle that as a single caster. You understand? So even if you could find one healer, you might need something in the realm of and she does like some quick math.
You need a god's intervention, and as fascinating as
Maybe.
this is,
You
as
could
okay,
perhaps
as
with
fascinating as this is, can we talk about the more pressing hand, which is my life at the moment, which
Yes,
is
your
a
life sounds
little
fascinating,
faster
River.
than Beldis turning to stone. So can we figure that out?
debatable, but facts. So Magubliet's out looking for your people.
Yes, and I just sent out Fizzle to be another set of eyes.
Excellent. I haven't heard back yet. I expect good news. Magubliet's an incredible
He's a smart
incredible
cat.
scout.
Smart cat.
Very smart cat. Very small cat. Very useful.
Also, maybe let's not do this in the middle of the open.
Yeah, like at this point, like Karis is also checked out and is like writing down like formula for like exactly how many casters she'd need to cast remove curse.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into
theoretical
someone's.
work.
We're going back into
This
someone's
curse.
room, whoever's closest, because I don't want to talk about this, but eavesdropping can happen.
It's about this time that a hairless cat saunters into a mysterious tavern on the far side of town. Tail swaying side to side irritably, the cat is covered in mud and looks miserable.
Poor baby.
Like it has been tossed in a wet rag and doused in dirt. And it levels the most hateful look and the most spiteful look towards Karis and walks towards her. And everything kind of stops as like a cat walking in. That's weird. That's weird. And it walks up towards Karis. Meow. And it hops on her lap, trying to smear as much of the mud on Karis.
You. And she is actually now using the clothing, which is all like gray and grungy. Like she is probably grungier than Karis has ever looked in her life, as far as you all know. And she is like freely using like ragamuffin kind of outfit that she has on to wipe the mud off her poor little baby as she just goes trying to get the mud out from in between Magubliet's wrinkles. Absolute heathens. Absolute heathens. But you found them, right?
What does Magubliet sound like? 'Cause now that's the question I have to come up with. Because you can communicate telepathically with Magubliet.
Precisely. I'm thinking they sound like Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That okay. Well, I did. Well, I thought I found them. Instead, 3 local dogs found me.
You did your best.
Oh, I always do. Oh, a little bit more to the left.
And she's just like cleaning them off. And then she'd look up at Marin or at River and go, no one.
Well, can we say we've moved to a room at this point?
Yeah, I think easy enough to do.
Well, Rue had an idea last night that she told me about this morning. Did you want to enlighten them, Rue?
Sure. Yeah, I think I can send a message to this Ada fella and tell him that we have River and we're willing to deal. But then we...
So we are going with the lure in and entrap. This was a bad idea last night. Why was it a bad idea last night? Was it because I said it? She huffs and then just like prestidigitates the rest of the muck of Maguglia.
Regardless, either I die because they find me, they die because we lose, I die because the bounty hunter throws me in. So at this point, I'm fine with being bait because my luck is shit in either direction.
I mean, well, we could also run. I mean, Beldis, you know this place. Can we lead us through the caves? Is it like a cave system, 2 different destinations, or is this like a one and done thing?
About 5 miles down the road, you have the entrance to the Crystal Caverns, which is its own like capital-sized city, which does lead into the Underdark. You would have some knowledge of this. It's like it does connect to the Underdark and the vast Underdark of the world.
We could run, but Sienna, her name is not Sienna, by the way, it's Shiela, and she's literally the most expensive bounty hunter you can find. My hopes aren't high, and if I want to get away, I'm gonna have to adopt a whole new alias, and I really don't want to.
Very fair.
How many have you had?
Permanent ones? Besides
Sure.
the random one that I used to use to like pick up people, like at the bars?
Significant ones.
At least 5. No, about 5.
Oh, okay.
Over 50 something years, about 5.
All right then.
Did you always have to change them because someone wanted to kill you?
Oh no, no, of course not. No.
And they want to kill you because you quit your job.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Okay, if nobody
Now,
did this last time, if somebody...
I'll note that they're criminals. So quitting your job, it's different than when you're not a criminal, I guess anyway. I wouldn't know. I'm not a criminal.
I think we all just look at you at this point for how you're acting.
Exactly, but she says that way more convincing than I just did. I don't know.
You
I'm not a
need to
criminal.
roll a deception
Brushes
check.
past it, like immediately brushes past that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they might just be testy about it because since they are criminals, River knows they're criminals and therefore could potentially turn them in if
Liability
they
issues.
chose.
Liability issues also add her as a jackass.
Yeah, that.
Do I believe River?
I will.
That was out of curiosity.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
like River's being honest. I'll just give it to you.
Okay. I think you tried to say something.
Like, I didn't do anything. River didn't do anything.
No, I was
But
just gonna let River have it.
yeah, River didn't do anything. Chal, on the other hand, Chal did a lot of things.
That's also you.
That's also me.
Okay, so do we want to murder this person somewhere in this village, or is there a better place like Rue was asking?
Rue? Beldis? Like, I'd like to not do a murder in the middle of a village.
Oh,
That's just bad
middle
idea.
of town.
Probably a good idea.
Common sense thing, yeah.
Yeah, it seems there's a lot of like soldiers, spies in town for some reason. Maybe we do it outside of town.
There should be convenient gullies and stuff, right? Hills.
So, just so I understand the idea here, Rue, you're going to talk to this adder, saying that we have the river ready for an exchange, and we're just going to hope that the entire gang of snake named people don't take us out while we try to take them out. Is that the thought here?
My thought process is if we want to. How many did she say that were here, Graham?
5 or 6.
I think a better plan would be to take them out individually first, except for Adder. Maybe tell Adder, or Rue, you tell Adder that I'm going to lure River this direction around this time, but in the beforehand, we try and take out the lackeys prior in town. Maybe at least get them out of the way in terms of being knocked out, or
Do we know what said lackeys look like?
at least one of them. Flenzer's a quick little shit.
I mean, if we find some place where there's only one way in and one way out.
If I walk
Or
around
there's
as
one
Chal,
way in,
they'll see me
two-way
pretty
out.
quick.
Well, I mean, you two have like familiars that we can set up as lookouts to see if Ad is being followed, or he's got, not just himself, so we can
I can
bail
look-
out.
I can look very unrecognizable too.
I did make a few preparations for this.
It's about this time that you hear Fizzle begin to bark rapidly.
Oh shit. Should I look out the window?
All right. Roll me a perception check as you rush to the window.
Oh, I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna
Oh.
carefully just check and
Yeah.
see what the hell he's doing. My perception's so shit. Nope.
What is it? Just for
Single digits. It's
Single-
not a 1, but it's
Oh, no,
pretty damn
okay.
close.
Fair. You look out. This is a freebie. Just off your passive. Fizzle is barking in the direction of one of the alleyways. Tail standing straight, hackles raised.
Doesn't have hackles.
You're right. That's fair. As
Little
a metallic dog
mechanical
would not have it. Yeah, little metallic just. But they are barking, and you can hear some muffled voices.
Fizzle found something, and I told him look for a furbolg that's not you, Maggie.
So do we go down with intent, or
Graham, I would like to take out a little golden jeweled scarab,
Okay.
and I would like to open the window, trigger it, and use it as a scout. This is the scarab of intelligence that was given to me by the Leonin.
All right. So you hold out your palm, and these scarab wings kind of erupt from this, almost like the. Gosh, way back in the day, I used to have this trivia. The snitch in Harry Potter, like those little fluttery wings, and it kind of sprouts these bejeweled legs that kind of erupt from it and like scuttle in your hands, and it looks at you and then sets off into the air.
You also didn't give me mechanics other than the fact that it can be used as a scout, so I don't know how I'm supposed to be using it as a scout.
Basically it will let you roll a investigation check or perception check for the next 10 minutes. It has a +8 to both.
Send me that later.
It has an AC of 10 and 3 HP.
That's
Which
not what you
is
gave me last
which
time,
is
but
2
it's
more
fine.
than a cat.
You gave me 10 HP AC 12 last time. It's fine.
Then,
It's
yeah,
fine.
then change it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll do
Use
it
what I
later,
said
but-
last time.
Okay, so I will roll an investigation check for a +8. That is a nat 20.
Okay. You see 4 individuals. Flenser is one of them. Adder is in front of them. They are down the alleyway from Fizzle, and there are 2 other people bearing their colors nearby. To the far right is Shiela. She has a hand crossbow out and looks to be... She's kind of like on an offshoot, and she's kind of hidden behind a barrel. And it looks like she's kind of lining up a shot, having seen Fizzle before. It looks like she has noticed Fizzle at the same time they noticed Fizzle. And from your best guess, she thinks it's too uncomfortable. They are too close to where you are all staying, and might be taking matters into her own hands. As she seems to be kind of lining up a shot. As the scarab flutters higher, you see 3 other individuals, all bearing the colors. They seem to be maybe about 60 feet away. They are moving at a hurried pace towards their boss.
I will quickly relay all this information.
She's lining up a shot at Fizzle or at Adder and gang?
It looks like she's aiming at one of the Saraskara Vipers that are accompanying Adder.
Are we about to go try to kill someone?
We're on the way to Adder.
Can I ask one question before I do this?
Sure.
Would you kill someone for us? Not a
Yes.
specific person, I meant you just would.
If needed, yes. Isn't
If
that
needed.
what I've already done with the Leonin in the past?
If needed for our sake, not for reward.
Yeah. I'm not Chal, but anyway. They're moving fast. I'm out of here, and I'm gonna at least try and take down those 3 before they get to Adder.
Wait, is there 3 or 4? Or...
7 total. Out the door.
And where are they?
I gave a general high level.
Cool. So Karis is like, I got you, and we'll join you. Except she's going to head below to the group of 4 to head off and reinforce Fizzle.
Same brew.
Okay, so we are going to go to break before we start this combat. During that time, y'all tell me which direction you're going to, so I can divvy y'all up. We will be back, let's say, 8 minutes. That seems about fair. So we'll be back at 9:20 Eastern Standard. Don't go anywhere, people. You don't want to miss me bullying my friends with a bunch of make-believe thugs. maybe one day I'll get them in the single digits for HP. We'll be back in 8 minutes.
Doesn't need to be a call.
See you all in a few. hey everybody, sorry I lied. I'm a terrible, terrible liar, and you should never trust me because I've been on time maybe once. But that's so you didn't have to see us rolling initiative and getting ourselves settled on a battle map. So you're welcome. I saved you from yourself. But without further ado, let us get to it. River, you cast Expeditious Retreat on yourself. What does the spell look like, firstly, when you cast it? Is there any visible effect?
Not for this spell. This spell is more so my artificerness. So it's just a little click of my boots, and I'm going fast. Just that little extra bounce in my step.
Okay. So you begin sprinting off in the direction of these 4 individuals you saw with the scarab. Making your way, you hurtle out of the inn, take a side pass, head through an alleyway. You're like leaping gracefully over barrels, crates, refuse, sleeping drunk people that might have been singing karaoke at the bar the night before. You move with the practiced ease of, let's say, one of your past lives, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I'm not as graceful as I used to be, but
you can move with the best of them.
While I'm also moving, I also want to change my appearance.
Okay, what would you like to look like?
I want to look like a young man with like dirty blonde hair and tan skin.
Okay.
I don't want to look like River.
Fair. Yeah, so you come leaping out of the side alleyway and you see 4 individuals. You see Flenser. You see 3 other members that are clearly members, but you don't recognize them from your time. Whether they are new or, part of the vast network of gangs that get taken over and then absorbed. I'm going to give you a surprise round. They don't recognize you, so they don't necessarily understand the danger they are in.
Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is the one I am pinging right now. Which one's Flenser, by the way?
Flenser is this one right here.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go straight for the one right here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to start hitting with the blunt of my blade right now.
Okay.
So I am going for a knockout, not a killing.
Okay. Duly noted. And will that be the same on all of the people you hit this combat, or...?
I'll let you know when I change.
Okay. I appreciate it.
So I am going to use one of my advantages because that was a nat 1.
If ever there was a time to use one.
That is a 22.
That will hit.
So I am going to roll a d10 for my glaive, which is 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And since I actually have his collar on me right now, it kind of frosts my glaive over and does an extra 3 cold damage.
And that was an extra 3?
3 cold. So 9, so 13, 16 points total.
All right. Anything else?
I have a second attack, if they're not down yet.
Nope, they are... Your glaive kind of like hits them in the shoulder and like drives them down, but you feel like a level of leather padding. It does draw blood, but it's not a significant cut to break someone down.
That is only an 11 for the second attack.
So your first glaive blow smashes into their collarbone, and this individual pulls out this serpentine-esque khopesh. As your glaive kind of wheels around, heading down for a secondary strike right towards their neck, they whisk the flat side of their khopesh, driving your glaive wide.
And then I'll just take a quick little step back.
All
Near
right.
the bridge right here. I want to say out as much of the way as where I heard pistol barking, but taking a step back.
Yeah, you are easily able to do that. You had a significant amount of reach they could not match.
Yep.
Which ends the surprise round. You see behind you, you see Sheila, who had been behind that barrel kind of leveling her crossbow. She sees this individual with the glaive. Given she saw your glaive the night before, she's smart enough to, in the split, moment, be like, oh, yep, Fizzle's there. There, okay. And she levels a crossbow and she takes a shot for a 26 to hit, which I think will hit. She fires at the nearest individual to her, this one, and you see her crossbow kind of light up as she fires. This red tinge of energy kind of trails behind the quarrel as it flies through the air, striking this individual in the shoulder, dealing 6 damage. Because I rolled a 1. And she bonus action dodges. And she just kind of waits to suss it out. You see Adder, the Furbolg, pull out 2 daggers. They are like sickles that look like cobras kind of reeling back. The blade itself kind of leaking venom that doesn't seem to reach their hand or the fur on their hand that are holding them. But it like is this acidic green. Alright boys, it's time to kill! He hollers out. Karis, you are up.
Cool. So you said we had, like, I guess 2 actions as we're
Yes.
heading up, right? One of these actions, she's casting Disguise Self. She is going to look essentially like a relative of Sheila, who she saw last night. So not exactly like, but similar to. So a wanty underneath the heavy clothing that she's wearing, but to resemble that person as opposed to herself.
Sure.
So let me note that. 1 spell slot gone. After that, yeah, I think she's going to go ahead and she's preparing the fog cloud and her canteen of water as she's moving forward towards this area where she's hoping to cut these people off. And as she arrives, I assume, is this Fizzle down here at the bottom?
Yes, that is.
It is.
Yeah,
okay.
that is Fizzle.
That's Fizzle. All right. So she's going to come to sort of where Fizzle is, assuming, you know, she's gotten here in her 2 rounds.
Yep.
And she's going to go ahead and spill her canteen of water. And then as she's doing so, she opens her mouth and this billowing fog comes out and envelops the alleyway. 20-foot radius centered where those guys are.
Okay. So
With
20
the
foot
canteen of
like
water, like,
this.
across
Are you
the-
cutting it short of Fizzle?
Yeah, short of Fizzle.
Okay.
But to envelop the folks.
Fair.
And then the canteen of water is sort of like just outside that range. So like where Fizzle is where the water has now spilled.
Okay.
And I basically indicate to Fizzle to back up. If Fizzle understands me, I would even say so, like, hey, back up.
And is that a cube?
I believe it's 20-foot radius, so it's a circle.
Oh,
But,
okay.
you know, same idea.
Grant,
It's fog. It fills
Yeah.
the space that it contains.
if you'll allow it, when Fizzle sees someone he recognizes, he'll take a guard next to them, if that's okay.
Absolutely, that's fine. Fizzle's a smart boy. We've established that. Fizzle knows what's up. I think that's 20 feet radius, but
Close enough, because some of it's over the water.
yeah. Is that kind of what you're hoping for? Awesome. Rue.
Yeah, I think if it's 2 rounds, they'll move like 100 feet? I don't even know if they can get to the fight. Yeah, they're just about there. So I'm gonna go ahead and move them to like here. And then I think they're just gonna hold an action of banishment
Ooh. Okay.
for if Adder steps out of that cloud, she's gonna hit him.
Okay. Duly
Yep.
noted. Anything else?
No, she's just kind of like hovering maybe 10 feet off the ground, just waiting.
Okay.
Maybe like, I mean, I guess whatever window height is.
Yeah, I'd
what's
say, if it's window height of the base floor, 5 feet. Second floor, let's say 15.
Yeah, and then just, like, maybe trying to attract a little attention as much as you can with just like flying in the middle of town.
Fair. All right. With the fog cloud, Shiela loads her crossbow gun, and she looks to River, and she will move 30 feet towards that kind of overpass of the bridge. And that's her action. She loaded, and she is just kind of waiting. Maggie!
Alrighty. I think one of the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get Sparkles in fighting order. So I'm going to wild shape Sparkles, and then we don't have an extra token for Sparkles, but I'm going to try to get Sparkles.
I might have a token. I think I've made a token before. It's just a matter of where I find Sparkles.
Okay. So I am I'll do Sparkles move in a minute, but I'm gonna pop out Sparkles, and then I'm gonna cast Spike Growth right where the fog cloud is.
Oh.
Yeah, just right there, and I'm gonna shout, "Don't go in the cloud, guys!" Then the ground in a 20-foot radius, centered on a point within range, twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns, becomes difficult terrain for the duration, and a creature who moves within the area or into it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And then there's a roll if they don't see it when I cast it for whether they know to go into it or not. Or, yeah, whether they even know that it's difficult terrain. But they're already in it right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They-
Weird
they
yarn
don't get a
teams,
choice.
Like, going base.
Alright, so I'm just gonna put a giant fire beetle on the map and shrink it down.
Awesome.
And then I will
Okay.
go here.
Because
and-
the actions that I want Sparkles to take are going to be, I think, just 2 dash actions so that they can go farther than I do. But I can't move them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Sparkles is going to go like right into the corner of the fog cloud and
Okay.
hang there with 2 dash
Like,
actions.
right
But
here?
I can't exactly. Maybe
Perfect.
1 down, 1 square down.
Okay.
Yep, perfect. And I think Sparkles could take a shot at, into the fog cloud and maybe hit something.
Yeah.
Let me.
It'll be an attack at disadvantage because it is heavily obscured.
Yes, for sure. Let's see. So it's a ranged attack, and actually could take the attack out on both turns if I'm allowed.
Sure.
Okay. That's a 16 and a 10.
16 and a 10 for the first one.
For both. One is a 16, one is a 10.
Oh, okay. 16 will hit, 10 will not.
And I rolled a 1, so that makes 5 damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll a 1d4 on which person it hits.
Okay.
Because it's kind of firing blind. Unless you had a specific target you were looking for.
Oh, you know what? I didn't roll with disadvantage. I'm sorry. The first one's an 8, and the second one is also, it's a 12.
Okay, so both will miss.
Yeah.
But you don't know if they miss or not, so...
Yeah. Well, I don't hear a...
Yeah, you just see fire just blast out into the fog. And you probably hear a lot of cursing, I think. And... What the shit? Bringing us to Adder. Adder can't see. So it's every 5 feet. of
Every
movement?
5 feet of movement is 2d4
Okay.
damage.
Nice.
They are, let's see. I have to roll 1d4 to see which direction they're going to go. Okay. They are going to come bursting out of the fog. They are going to take 5, 10, 15 feet of movement, I believe.
Okay. Do you want me to roll? Or
Yes,
do
please,
roll
if you
for the
will.
damage? Okay. So that's only 3 because those were terrible rolls. And that is 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
All right. Rue. It is a charisma saving throw.
15.
Okay.
15, yes.
Let me pull it up. A 17.
Yeah, that'll do.
And their action is they are going to attack with their short sword twice. Once on...
Who?
Once on Fizzle and once on the individual that is standing in front of them. Karis, you are in front of them.
Exactly, and I cast shield plus
All
5
right.
AC.
And Fizzle is doing a lot of barking and in-betweening and using as their reaction to give him disadvantage when they attack Karis.
Okay.
So you might not
Okay.
even need shield.
So both our attacks are at disadvantage. One on Fizzle because they were taking the guard action. Or dodge action, right?
No. I don't think... No, I think I have to tell him what to do.
Okay.
I'll double check, but I didn't say anything.
Okay. I thought they were guarding originally and assumed it was just dodge action until told otherwise.
I have to double check, but sure, why not?
Okay.
I'll say...
Yeah, well, I'll let it roll for now. I think that's fair. Alright. Well, the first roll is going to be a nat 1 for a 9 to hit Fizzle. And let's see here. Karis, that is a 9 plus a number, which I should have pulled up. 9 plus 6, so 15, which won't hit your AC.
It will not.
The Furbolg snarls at you as they kind of swipe both blades at the same time, kind of going after both of you and missing. And they are going to... That's it. That's their turn. That is what they do.
Cool.
Bring us to some of their lackeys up on the north, who I believe have 30 feet of movement. Yeah. So the two of the individuals up in the north are going to head down towards river. One has to take the dash action to get there, and will get about here. The other one can just barely get within reach with all of their movement. The individual that gets to you has kind of like a billy club that looks like nails have been kind of pressed through. And they're going to take a swing at you. A 7 I don't think is going to cut it. And that is that is their turn. Beldis.
Oh, moving at the utmost speed of dwarf, I take the dash action and go my 50 feet. And that is it.
Okay.
How much I can do this turn?
Hey, that's perfectly fine. Do you want to move your token?
I'm trying to, and for some reason it won't let me.
Oh. Did we have this issue last time?
I think I had the wrong tab hit. Yep, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. The rest of the bandits. Well, the two in the fog cloud need to figure out what's going on. Okay. One of them begins to head down south. And they kind of go into this offshoot of the fog, coming out of the fog, but right at the cusp of a building, and realize there's literal thorns in front of them. And
If they weren't looking, they have to make a perception check to see it, because it's concealed.
Okay, then they would not see it. I don't think they're... 18 plus 2 perception? Yeah, this
That makes
one
sense.
sees it.
Yeah. Although, how many feet do they move? Because they still take damage.
They move 10 feet south.
10 feet. So within the spell.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do damage for those 10 feet.
Yep.
Or are they not in the fog? They're in the fog.
They were in the fog. They just exited the fog on the last 5 feet of their movement.
So that's 4, and 5 is 9 points of damage.
Hey, yo, boss! They got thorns over here. Nails on the ground, dude.
Nice.
That's their turn. They will take the dodge action. Yeah, they don't. This one doesn't have any whatsoever. The other one that's in the fog is going to move 15. They're gonna move 20 feet, so that's 15 feet within the fog. So 3d4.
8, 9. It's 64 because they moved 15.
Yes.
13 points of damage.
Oh my gosh. This is the bandits' worst day. They exit the fog and they see Fizzle, who's the only individual they can actually hit. Actually, let's see. Yeah, they're just gonna take a swing. 19 plus 3 to hit for a good old whopping 5 damage, slashing. As they kind of level their scimitar and kind of slash at Fizzle. You hear the clang of metal on metal. The 2 individuals up at the top, Flenser and their cohort. Flenser moves 20 feet south. In their hand is a dagger, like a throwing dagger, and they are wearing this bracer. And they kind of toss up one of the daggers, and a second dagger appears in their hand. And they're going to take 2 throwing dagger attacks at you, River.
Fucking show off.
First one is a 19 to hit, second one is a 13 to hit.
Only one hits.
Okay. For a total of 4 piercing damage, as one of the daggers just grazes by you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use this glaive when you were in the Crimson Haven? No. Okay, perfect. Someone wants to be a hero, boys. Let's show them what heroes get.
Fucking eyes at them.
Yeah. Other individual comes down and is going to, this was the one with the Kopesh. They are going to make 2 attacks. And the first one is a nat 1 for a 6. Second one is a nat 20 for a 25 to hit.
That's fair.
And that is going to be 1d6. 16 slashing damage.
Which one was that?
That is this one right here.
Cool. That one's on my sights.
And that's it for their turn. You
Cool.
are up.
So, eyes right at that one, and I am going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Branding Smite, please.
All right.
And then I am going to use one of my crits and attack with a dagger at them, please.
Please do.
So I am going to take
The 20 will hit.
a 2d4 plus this is a 2nd level spell slot, so plus 4d6. Oops. That is gonna be 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus. So that's going to be 20 points of damage.
All right.
They still up?
They're still up. They're not looking great.
I'm gonna use my second attack to slash at them again with the dagger, please.
All right.
That's probably not gonna do it. That is only a 12.
12 will not suffice. You do have your 1d6
Oh yes. I do
if
wanna
you would
use
like
that.
to use it.
I would. Thank you for reminding me.
You are quite welcome.
It is going to be a 16.
That will just barely hit.
That is going to be 4 points of damage.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to describe the branding smite? I think this might be either the first or second smite we've seen from.
I think this is the second time, but basically my daggers are completely wreathed in ice. And it is, this is where I am definitely taking back the, non-lethal.
Okay.
And it is definitely a lethal blow, and it's more, you know how you always hear horror stories of icicles hitting people when they fall off houses? Yeah, it's like that.
Ooh. Yeah. So your dagger like gouges into them. The pierce where you stabbed them almost looks frostbitten as you pull your dagger away, I think. They are still standing, but you see blood spurting down their chest, coating their leathers.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, motherfucker?
Karis, you are up. Rue, you are on deck.
Yes, it's me. Yes. Perfect. All right. So, first order of business, we're gonna upcast magic missile. 2 are gonna go for the one on Fizzle. 2 are gonna head for the one directly in front of me at Adder. 2 are gonna head for the guy who just like popped out of the smoke down that way.
Okay,
there's
so
6 in
yep,
total.
so 2 on each.
2 on each.
Okay, roll the first 2. It's an automatic hit. There's nothing I can do about it.
So the first one is it's 8 damage on the one.
Okay, I will just go from top to bottom, so.
Yeah, 8 damage on the one. It's 9 damage on Adder.
Yep.
And then 7 on the last one.
Okay.
And then we're gonna use as a bonus action. Don't mind that from D&D Beyond. I'm just doing that so that it spends my spell slot. Then we're gonna use for my bonus action a flame blade, and I'm just gonna conjure that blade
Okay.
in my hand and use that to take a hit. I think I can do that.
So you need to use your action to make a melee spell. Whereas your
then never
action
mind.
was
So yeah, I'll
cast your
just
magic
conjure
missile.
it for now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move backwards.
Alright, you will take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I still have, I believe,
I
shield,
believe
and then it
shield
disappears after
lasts
this round, I
for
think.
the end of the turn,
Okay.
which has
Never
gone
mind.
all the way around,
Mm-hmm.
so would no longer be in effect. You know what? This is one of those moments where Graham says, I'm using a crit. Because I have at least 2 for this group, and I haven't wasted them yet.
Would you allow me to say Fizzle negates it with his reaction?
Ooh, negates.
You-
Oh, yeah.
'Cause he can-
It's a new round. You do get a new reaction. So, turning it into a regular damage roll? Okay. That is fair. That is a good use.
Harris.
Yeah. All right.
That is fair. All right.
Not that far.
That
Where am I
is.
going? Why is this moving me all over the goddamn map? Don't do that.
So that is 7
Why?
piercing damage, Karis, and I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
How many what's?
You take 7 piercing damage,
7 piercing damage.
and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the DC.
That's fair. Constitution saving throw. Okay.
You got
You know
this
what?
shit.
I'm gonna use my crit.
All right. All right.
So that's a 21 for the con.
You take 11 poison damage. As these blades, this blade kind of like nicks you, and you see that acidic venom kind of seep into the wound. But, yep, you are perfectly good to move back.
Now if this will cooperate? Oh my god. Why is this trying to move me across the map? Like scrolling the map?
Where do you want to
my
move? If you
token?
want to hold the...
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. You ping where you want me to put you, and I'll put you there.
Cool. Hold on. I need to figure out where I'm going. Right here. So at the end of this 30 feet.
I got you.
Cool.
Rue, you are up.
Jesus.
All right. Ryu is gonna land right next to Ada, and
Have you ever met Adder before?
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're both in Crimson Haven, but Rue saw Adder.
Yes, you have seen Adder before, recently. I think maybe you're more familiar with just people that got poisoned by Adder when he was in a bad
Adder.
mood.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rue will land next to them and say, "You should have bought more friends, you fucking fucker." And she casts Spirit Guardians, but she's gonna use Quicken Spell, so it's a bonus action. And then they're gonna also Toll the Dead on Adder, and I believe he's taking a little damage, so...
Yeah.
It's 15 Wisdom.
All right, 15 Wisdom. That's a 15 on the die. Let me look at their Wisdom score, which is a +0, so 15.
I think tie goes to runner, so that's a save.
Yep, beat it.
But the spiritual guardians appear around Rue with a 15-foot radius, and it's all like shades of gray, and they're all like kind of like elderly spirits.
Okay. And that's an
Mostly
automatic damage,
elderly.
correct?
No. Whenever they start or enter, they start their turn or enter on their turn, they have to make a wisdom save. So at the start of his turn, he'll have to make a 15 wisdom save.
Okay.
Or take some damage.
All right, anything else?
That is everything.
All right, Shiela is going to move 30 feet closer to River and fire off their crossbow. Now, I've had 3 nat 1s this session. This goes in the corner. It's done. That die is gone. As their shot goes wide. And as a bonus action, they are going to not dodge. They're going to dash and get right up next to you, River. And they kind of draw this thin blade. Kind of like a stiletto. I can't let you have all the fun.
Please, take some of it.
And that's it for her turn. Maggie, you are up. Adder on deck.
Hey, I am going to cast through Sparkles, and I'm going to use my crit to Thorn Whip, and I think this one right here.
Okay.
I pull 10 feet closer to me, so I want to pull to there.
Okay, to right here?
To right here, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then as I drag him 10 feet to the area, he should take damage for each 5 feet I drag him in because of the, so the damage from the terrain is, good rolls, 8, 9, 10, 14. And then Thorn Whip is another 2d6, I think. Let me check. Yes, 2d6. That's, I really wish they wouldn't. Oh, that's a 6. Okay, 7. Sorry, it's one of the ones with the weird symbol on it.
Is that double? Like, because you did roll with a crit.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So that 14? Would be 14.
you hear this guy scream as they get pulled back into the fog. Oh shit! It's like, it just wraps around, pulls. You hear a scream in the fog, and they are still screaming. That's...
Okay. They seem to still be alive.
Yeah.
And I am going to then, use my bonus action to command Sparkles. Sparkles is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, into the fog. And then trying to keep, like, and this is up to you, like how much the Thorn Whip and being in contact with that enemy allows him to know exactly where the enemy is, or whether there's disadvantage in shooting at him because he was just pulling him into position.
I would say disadvantage because you pull, and I assume it's kind of like a fling. So
Yeah,
where
probably,
they end up and
fine.
land, you
Isn't
have
so
like a
clear.
rough- Yeah.
That makes sense. But I am gonna then have them cast Flame Seed.
Oh.
That's a natural one. So they're just gonna hang out in the fog a little bit.
Hey, it
Actually, you know what?
happens.
Can I change how far they move?
Sure.
Can I move them 1, 2, 3? Yeah, just one closer, just right there.
Okay. Right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wonderful. That brings us to Adder. Adder looks at Rue. You're gonna pay for that. I promise you. They're gonna take 2 swipes at you. Nat 20 on the die, and then a 14 to hit.
Wait, how high up was Rue?
15 feet. But
Well,
also
Rue-
they're 10 feet high. Almost.
Well, no, Rue came down to like eye level-ish, so.
Oh, but
They're-
first they
they're
take
in-
damage for starting their turn.
Yeah, roll a wisdom saving
Okay.
throw. See,
That is a 12.
that's not gonna do it, so that's gonna be, I think, 3d8. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 14.
14.
I always want to say spiritual damage. But it's definitely not radiant damage.
Yeah.
14 spiritual damage.
How dare you not be devout? Like I. Alright. That hits them. You see, as they get scorched by these spirits, like each hit, leaving these motes of glowing, like dull glowing white light. Blood, they kind of cough, and like blood starts to like dribble from their lips a little bit. And they take a swipe at you with the nat 20 on the first die and the, I think it was a 14 on the second.
Nat 20 hits. 14 does not.
Okay.
And you see a lot of the spiritual guardians are like old elders with canes just like attacking. There's some youngins in there, but it's mostly older people.
Fair. Alright, so that is 6. 3 plus 3, 6, 12 slashing damage. Then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that is a 6. And then I actually have to make one for the spell. Yeah, Spiritual Guardian just drops after
Okay.
that attack.
Alright, that's 10, 16, 20, and what was your save
Hold on.
for the Constitution?
What's my con? 9, so I'd probably
9?
fail.
Yeah. Alright, 10, 16, 20, 24, 27, and then it was a crit. So multiplied, 27, that's 54? Poison damage?
Okay. Fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rue's, she's a little hurt.
yeah, I think, Adder glares at you, even as these spirits are, like, wailing into him, and he drives the dagger, like, in underneath your ribs, and you just feel the venom, like, the cobra head of, like, the blade begin to gout and spurt, like, this acidic venom into the wound. And he just kind of pulls his blade and he goes, I promised I was going to make you hurt.
Fuck you.
And
Is that
now...
66 damage one turn?
Yeah! Hey, you know, when I make mini-bosses, I make them to hurt. That brings us to the Bandits. 2 are at River. 1 is going to attack Sheila. The other one is going to make a swipe at River. River does a 17 hit you.
It would if I didn't raise my hands up and create an icy shield and cast shield.
All right. Clings off it. Nothing happens. The attack on Sheila is a 12. That is going to miss. And that brings us to Beldis.
Okay. Where's my tab? There we are. I'm going to first make that little 25-foot movement to get around that corner. I hit the right tab. Then as I come around the corner, I see Rue get stabbed kind of horrifically, don't I? So... I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Where is that spell? Right there. I will point towards... Oh, I guess that is Adder. Perfect for this.
I'm
And
real
at
sad. Adder could have had sneak attack if you hadn't thorn whipped away.
Beautiful. And I would like Adder to fail at a wisdom saving throw, please, as what would normally be the quiet whispers of spirits in the cave speaking to him is actually a bunch of drunken dwarves attempting to whisper at because they're still fairly drunk.
Okay.
Towards
I'm going to
Adder.
use my DM inspiration. That was, you know, bought for me by Fox. So thank you, Fox. That is a 14 for the first and a 19 for a second.
Oh, bugger, you made it.
Hey, I've got to use these advantages somehow.
But that means on a failed save, you take damage still.
Okay.
You'll take...
A lot of dice, Bob.
That is
Yes.
a lot of dice.
It's 5d6. I upcast at 4th level, or 3rd level. Oh, that's not a great roll, though. So it's only 10, 14, 16, so 8 points of psychic damage.
Their nose is bleeding.
And you don't run away in fear.
Back into the fog. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Bonus action to Rue. You got this! And that is Bardic Inspiration.
Wonderful. Woo! All right.
Is that a D8 at this
That
point?
will be a D8, yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. The Flenser and the rest of the bandits are going to act. Flenser is going to make a swipe at Sheila for another nat 20. Okay. All right, guys. Other one is going to attempt to hit River. I don't think a 5 is going to do it with shield. Let's just roll some dice, shall we? As 2 of those daggers just kind of pop out of Flenser's hand. That is going to be 7 slashing damage. Which doesn't really phase the Yuan-Ti at all. Bringing us to River. Oh, wait, nope. I lied. I have 2 more bandits that get to go. Sorry.
Yeah. My AC is 22.
Gosh. All right. The individual that got thorn whipped is going to... They know that they're in thorns. They've run through this already twice. They want to get out of both the fog and the thorns. They are going to dash this direction, south. Rue, you may make an attack of opportunity.
Yes. Who's dashing? Sorry.
This
looking at
bandit right here. They do also take the damage from the spikes. That would be 10 total movement. That might actually kill them, but we'll see.
It's a bad roll, so 8 damage.
Okay, Rue, you might be able to do this. You see this individual that looks one step away from death.
Sure. Rue's
Covered
gonna
in
take-
thorns, dripping blood from all over.
Rue's gonna take the mace that was gifted to them and fucking just swing for the fences. That is a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Um,
How do you do this? I don't think you can roll low enough to put them out of their misery. Is it
I'd
lethal
say
or
Hey,
It's a
non-lethal?
Yeah.
four of damage. So she's not very beefy.
Hey, that's double what they had. Is it lethal or non-lethal? And
Well, as this
You
thing
take
was
out their kneecaps non-lethally.
described to me, it was like bone white with like blood red spikes coming out of it. I
Yep.
think she's just gonna and her height, she's just gonna swing right for the crotch and just whack.
the
F's in chat.
Yeah.
Lethal or not? I don't know. That's up to everybody else. But I think
Hey.
probably lethal.
yeah, I mean,
Or you
Considering
might
the
want to be
femoral
dead
artery,
after.
it's
Yeah.
probably lethal.
gosh, let's call it a DC 15 Constitution. If they roll over a 15, they might live.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They're lucky.
That's fair.
Yeah, they got a 2. This individual, you just see them like, "Ah!" and just keel over.
It's like she lets go of the mace, like so it's just stuck in there, just as this person drops to the ground.
Oof. The other individual who watched you just bean their companion, the one that is outside the fog, is going to move towards you. They can only get 30 feet, but they are outside of the thorns and outside the
that-
fog.
Being
think
that
so.
there's tables and such, is that difficult terrain?
Yeah, you know what?
Actually, you know
No.
what? It should be difficult terrain for anyone walking through the spike cliff. I don't know if they were outside or not.
I'll roll a athletics check to see if they can get their full 30 feet. That, I think, is fair. They don't. So, back 15 feet. And then
I
they'll
mean-
dash, and they'll get to their 30.
Rue's got 1 health. Gotta do anything.
Hey, I said that I was gonna make at least
They
one of you
tripped
roll
over
death
a
saving
chair.
throws.
They just straight up tumbled over a
Yeah,
chair
yeah. They just
briefly.
like hit this waist height, rolled over, got back to their feet. We're like, okay, double time, and then they sprint last 15 feet, getting where they need to go, but
they-
that's the end of their turn.
Are they going past Sparkles?
I believe that they
They
would.
sure did.
But Sparkles cannot see them because it is obscured, so disadvantage on the attack of opportunity.
Okay. It's only an 11.
That will not suffice.
Okay.
And that brings us to River.
How's everyone looking in front of me? How's that one I hit really fucking hard?
The one you hit real heckin' hard is bleeding or covered in blood. However you want to take it. They're still standing, but you did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But they're
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down at them because I did grow a couple inches in height when I transformed. Like, if you want to live, you better fucking get. And I will cast a spell again for blinding, another blinding smite, branding smite, please.
okay.
And I would like to actually turn towards Flenser
Okay.
and use another crit, please.
All right.
This is with my dagger, and this is going to be a total of a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, I can't do math. It is 4 plus 3 plus... That is a total of 22 plus an extra 3 cold damage. From
Okay.
my lovely thing, and then I will backslash at the one that looks really, really bad.
Okay, so the
I
one that you
will-
hit last turn?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll do a backslash at that one with my dagger. No, not again. That is only a 10.
Yeah, they whip out that Khopesh and like deflect it again.
Do you do intimidation checks as actions?
No, I think you just hit Flenser, who is like a lieutenant of the Sarskara Vipers. I would say that is intimidating enough as you see Flenser just like gushing blood.
Am I allowed to roll?
Yeah.
I actually am trained in intimidation. Okay, that's only like a 13.
13. That beats their 12. We'll see.
I told them to fucking get.
Yep. We'll see what they do on their turn. Karis, you're up.
Delightful. So I see this hoe try and skewer my beloved Rue. How dare you? How dare? I raise my sword up to eye level, like this.
Yep.
And she's going to upcast Scorching Ray for 5 rays directly at this man.
All right, give me 5 attack rolls.
So, that's a 28,
That'll
a
hit.
17,
That will hit.
and all of those are between those two numbers, so I assume they all hit.
Yeah.
So, they all hit.
All right. So that's 10d6 fire damage.
Yup. So let's do that. Alright, the first 6. Alright, we'll just do 5. So I'm just gonna do 5 for now. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 32, 38 points of
38
fire damage.
points of... Jeez, okay. All right. They are still standing.
That's really unfortunate for them.
And let me do the math. I know the template I used is at 0. Let me pull up my notes. Because I know I have more HP than that. Yep. Okay, they are still standing. They don't look great. They look pretty rough.
Good.
And anything else?
One second. Just to make sure. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, release concentration on the fog cloud.
Okay. It is now gone.
Alright.
Alright. Rue.
Oh, this fucker.
You may want to keep something marking that area because spike growth is still up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
A question. Can, with Rue's, like, moon mark, like the inflict wounds, can that be upcasted, or is that
Inflict
just
wounds?
a level 1 thing?
And what is this for? Is it just the regular spell, or the...
Well, it was, I guess, kind of like an item when Rue, like, purified the knife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got the scar of the half moon.
It is inflict wounds. It is level 1.
Okay. Alright, well, we're not going to do that. Rue's gonna go ahead and look towards poor Adder and hit them with a guiding bolt, level 4.
Alright, at disadvantage because you are in melee. Unless you have
And I
Warcast,
crit.
I think.
I can
Oh.
crit.
You can crit.
Gonna crit.
Okay.
And Rue's gonna say, unfortunately for you, there's no regrets in death, you fuck. And it's gonna cast a lot of radiant damage here.
Alright.
That is 50 total for doubling.
Yeah. How do you do this?
Nice.
I guess if she was at eye level, she's gonna go ahead and just fucking grab his face, and then you just see the light go from her hand, and actually maybe through that half moon scar on her hand, and just fly into his eyes and his mouth and nose, and like, I don't know, blow out his back?
Yeah. You see, he just crumples, goes lifeless.
And then she's going to fall on top of his body.
So are you actively going prone?
Ooh, well, if this guy's right
You have a
next to
guy
me.
right behind you. That's the only reason I'm asking.
You know what? She's going to slowly drift down and sit on top of the dead body and just look at the other person with her like leg crossed over her other leg.
Okay.
Roll
Sheila?
intimidate.
If you'd like to roll an intimidation, that is perfectly fine.
Oh, absolutely. I would love that. It's not going to be great. Probably. You know what?
I mean,
I
you
take it
are
back.
sitting
It's-
on the corpse of his once boss.
That's a 19.
Like,
19. Okay. Noted. A very powerful message. All right. She is going to take a swipe with her sword. 16 will hit for her stiletto. Flenser gets stabbed. And you see Shiela drives her blade into like his kneecap, kind of driving him down to the ground. And with her free hand, she, almost like a serpent, kind of starts putting him in a chokehold, and is trying to wrestle him to the ground, so she can at least take one person alive. She does manage to grapple this individual, and that is her turn. Maggie.
All right, I am going to cast Healing Word on Rue. And I forgot, because of Fiery Companion, I get to add 1d8 to any fire damage or healing.
Ooh.
So I'm going to do that at 3rd level, which should be... 8. Ooh, 16 points. I roll a 4 on a d4 and an 8 on a d8, and then a couple average, yes. And then I'm going to command Sparkles to actually go right to where Rue is, and whisper into Rue's ear. And this is how Sparkles is going to do it. Sparkles is really quickly going to do like a little bit of like a figure 8, but it, like, for just a moment you can understand and hear Sparkles whisper, "Come with me," asking for your permission.
Yeah, of course.
And he's going to do fiery teleportation, so we're going to get Rue 15 feet away to over. Come here, do the thing. Here, this. Yay! It did the thing. 15 feet away, and anyone within 5 feet. So it looks like maybe one person is going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
And that's 5
7
feet.
fire damage.
5 feet of
Yes.
where they teleported from.
Yes, and it's
Okay.
fire damage, so I should actually add a d8.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 7 plus 7 is 14.
All right. This individual gets like scoured by the flames as Rue kind of teleports away. They're
that's
not having the best
where-
day.
Yeah, Sparkles ends their turn on the same square as Rue.
All right. The
Can that also be an intimidation roll?
no. No, it is not. And that is, these two are going to keep swinging. No one has talked to them. They're dead either way. A 19 to hit River.
I will cast Shield again.
Okay. And the other one is also going to take a swing for a total of 10. So both of their weapons just kind of clang off that ice that you kind of summon in. Beldis.
Well, now that river seems to have moved, first things first, gonna move a little bit closer to things because it takes me forever to get places. Then that is okay. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 thugs over on river.
Yep.
One is in a headlock.
Yeah,
One
one
is in
is
the
being
headlock, so
wrestled
there's
to the ground.
3. Okay, that's better. Blah 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 blah. Words, because I had something planned entirely different a moment ago. So perfect. All 3 of them, because I'm casting at 4th level, need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As they hear the quick cry out of your eyes, and I'm casting blindness on the 3 that are not in a headlock.
Okay. First one, that is a
Nice.
6.
15's the DC.
Okay. Second one, that is a 8. Third one, that is a 16.
Well, the third one succeeds, but the other 2 are blinded.
All right, let me mark them
Ooh.
with a little ailment.
Ah, my eyes.
I've gone blind, boss. Boss, where are you?
His eyes, the blood.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. The individual who was intimidated by River. If I didn't mean nothing by it, they were gonna kill me if I didn't. If I leave right now, you'll let me go.
Yeah.
They're gonna take the dash action and leave.
I won't attack them.
Alright, they take 60 feet of movement. They are effectively off the battlefield. Unless someone wants to pursue them, they're still technically hittable. The one near Rue. Lowers their blade for a moment. And they shake their head. You can't escape the Vipers. And they are going to run forward 20 feet. They're going to take a swipe at Beldis.
Oh, look, they're coming to you now.
Yeah. That is...
Is that an attack of opportunity for Rue?
Nope, they have not left Rue's vicinity. They are still within 5 feet. As long as they don't leave their area of attack, they are still technically in the area. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Wonderful. You take 1d6 plus 2, 5 slashing damage on the first hit.
5 slash. Okay.
And does a 19 hit?
Yes.
You take 8 slashing on the second hit.
Ow.
And that's it for them. River.
They're blind.
Yep.
So I'm just going to take my dagger and do a nice hit on the one that's looking really bad. So I get advantage because they're blind.
Yep.
That is a dirty 20
That'll hit.
for a total of 5 slashing plus 3 cold.
Okay, they do not look great.
And I will attack again.
Same person?
Yes. That is that's 20.
That'll
20,
hit.
18.
That'll hit. Lethal or
is-
non-lethal?
This is lethal.
Okay.
That is going to be 6 damage.
Alright, how do you do this?
Quick, simple, right in the chest. And then when my attacks are over, I actually want to start leaving and heading towards the rest of the group.
Okay. Flenser will try to get a swipe on you. At disadvantage, they are grappled.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think a 10 is going to suffice.
No. And I'm putting myself here. And I'm also gonna do the quick sharp whistle and call for a boy.
The good boy.
Put him right here.
Wonderful. Karis.
All right, cool. So we're all ganging up on that guy, right?
There's 2 combatants. One is blind, one is grappled, and one is beating Beldis with a club. Just...
Stop it.
Yeah. So, but I would feel really bad because River just like rushed in there to get there. If I just like vaporized him.
Fucking
Hey,
vaporize
I'm
him.
just saying it's not a
Vaporize him?
full-length campaign
Okay,
until you
alright.
fireballed your teammates.
Karis is gonna like give you a look, and then she's going to turn her flame blade of Cania and start vaporizing the next
This is
guy.
like-
You want to beat the
it's-
crap out of them?
I don't give a fuck, look. I don't care about getting the final blow.
Exactly. Cool deal. It's like we're gonna vaporize them, so that's gonna be a 3rd level scorching ray. So I have 3 plus 1, so I have 4. I have
Okay.
4 rays.
Yep. Roll me 4 attack rolls.
Cool. That's yeah, that's hits. Like stupid numbers like 21, 28 and up.
Yeah,
Numbers.
if they're above
It's
28,
hitting.
yeah, they're gonna hit.
It's they hit. Don't worry about it. And that will be 2d6, 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 and then another 2d6. Okay. 7 plus 11, 18. 4. That's 27 fire damage.
27. They are still standing. Barely.
Useless.
Bring us to Rue's turn.
Yeah, Rue's gonna call down her spiritual weapon and go ahead and swing at this blind fellow up top. Seeing how we probably handedly have this other person contained.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
they're gonna swing at this old chap.
All right. Roll me an attack roll at advantage because I don't see it coming. I don't think they even hear it. It's probably like this hammer above their head. Just.
Yeah, it is a literal meat cleaver coming out of nowhere, just popping in. First is 16, the second is the 26.
Both will hit.
Copy that. 6 damage. 6 spiritual damage.
They are still standing.
Actually, that's force damage. I lied.
Yep. Can't have ghost damage here. Anything else?
She's gonna go to Adder and hit him with a Spare the Dying.
I don't think he has a head.
Well, then never mind. She's just gonna hang out.
I would say at this point, Adder is very clearly dead, not making death saving throws. Dead. Anything short of, like, Revivify is not going to get this guy on their feet.
Copy that.
Like,
just
you can't say, I'm gonna spare the dying 54 radiant damage to the face.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Rule just looked to this guy. He's like, all right, fucker, you're clearly outnumbered. Just pack it in. We don't have to kill you.
All right, Sheila, see if she can. No, yep. Let's see. Let's roll the dice. Sheila rolls an @20. With her stiletto. That is
their
12
shoes?
damage. Like a stiletto, like a thin blade.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
it's a
gotcha.
blade type, actually.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
wasn't-
the heel's named
I wasn't
after.
sure if she was just like kicking people with
Hey,
their heels.
you
That
know,
could be
more
deadly.
power
That
to
could be
you. If you
deadly.
have to bludgeon someone with a shoe, you're a badass in my book. She jams the stiletto in the other knee of Flenser. And at the same time, you hear the sound of her palm crack against the back of his neck, and you see him go limp. Still living, but unconscious. And she kind of
And cripples.
unceremoniously, like, pushes him off of her, and he just, like, flops onto the ground. Well, I suppose we should deal with that one. And she points to the blind individual who's, like, flailing their weapon around, like, come at me! Maggie, you are up.
Is you, Maggie?
Unmuting helps. No, I was talking. I was just muted. How's Beldis looking? Okay, and Rue? Still eh? Okay, so I'm gonna do just a second level healing word on Rue.
I mean, she's just like blood rage right now. So
Okay, well, 10 more points of healing for Rue. And then, actually, sorry, just a sec. Sparkle should have ended his turn on Rue's space.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so Sparkles is going to move, and actually I'm going to move Maggie just a little bit up closer to the action. Over here. Oh, that didn't work. Come back. There. And Sparkles is going to move over to here. So just like diagonal a couple,
Yep.
and then do the same figure 8 in front of Beldis and say, come with me.
No thanks.
Then, shoot.
I love how polite it is.
Yeah, I take willing creatures seriously. In that case,
What would have been really funny is if it said "come with me" and then just didn't react to your answer and took you
Yes.
anyway.
I mean, or like, yeah, actually that's a thing. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna do Flame Seed on this one. It's a ranged attack, so I think I would be doing it at a disadvantage.
Let's see. Yeah, I believe so.
16.
Will hit.
Rolled 2 8s. 6. 8.
How do you do this? I don't think you can do it non-lethally when you're setting someone on
Okay.
fire.
No. So Sparkles, in a sort of glittery, sparkly way, just divides into multiple bees and surrounds them over their heads, and just on like almost like a count of 3, they all turn their stingers towards him, and in they go with a fiery stinger over his head.
Yeah. They go down screaming. I think it's unpleasant for everyone, even including all of you. Like, this is not a pleasant...
Sorry,
Simple
I'm just
death.
imagining the Japanese hornets.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that Kara's is like, no, good. Good.
yeah, Rue's like, too late, hot plate.
Anything else, Maggie?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright. The bandit who is blind is gonna throw their hands up. They just heard their teammate letting out the worst scream. They saw, well, they didn't see, they heard their other teammate run. I think they throw their hands up and surrender. They, at this point, know they've lost. And also, they can't see.
They get to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of their turn.
Oh, sure. They fail.
Okay.
They throw their hands up like they just don't care. And that's where we're gonna end the stream right there.
Can I do one thing before we go?
Yes, you may!
I would like to look at Rue and be like, now let me repay you back for all the times you patched me up. And I would like to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on Rue.
Alright.
4, 7, so it's only like 10, but it's something.
You know, it's a start.
I gotta start somewhere. You know, hailing ain't my specialty.
All right, so we are going to end the stream there. So I'd love to know, who all of you are, where we can find you, and what projects you're working on. And I'll go last because it's my stream and my rules.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kari. I played Karis, the Tiefling Wizard, with death in her eyes and fire in her hands. You cannot find me anywhere where books are sold. But you can find me on Guild Wars 2 under the player tag Kari.1492. If you ever want to play with me there, just hit me up. I'm generally doing stuff. You can find me here every other Tuesday for this lovely game. You can also find me here every single week on Friday, except the Fridays that we're not here, at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Goldstein Investigations, where I play Israel, the Faith Hack Warlock. And that's it. It's been great to play with you.
Go next. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. Every other Tuesday, I'm here playing your lovely changeling Artelock River, who is now out as a changeling and not a half-elf. On October 2nd on Eva Sarich channel, I'll be running my very first game of 10 Candles, where they're going to try to quote unquote escape the Mall of America. And if you've ever been there, it's fucking huge. We've got a great cast there. Hasn't been announced yet, but it's gonna be awesome. And on Friends Who Roll Dice, starting October 24th, I will be starting a campaign of Invisible Sun, which is a surreal magical world and setting created by Monty Cook Games. It's gonna be super dope. Check out Friends Who Roll Dice. We got some charity streams coming up, and the player signups for BIPOC Vamp Jam are opening up tomorrow at 10 a.m. So please check out the Twitter at Friends Roll Dice and sign up for a great cause. We're raising money for Charity Water.
Normally, this is where Khan would say something, but they couldn't make it tonight. Work got in Khan's way, so by circles, that goes to Rube.
Oh, yeah, I'll jump in here. Hi, everyone. I'm Adamus Lamas everywhere on the interwebs. You can find me here every other Tuesday playing Rue, and then every Thursday on Gilding Light playing Rox Boulder and Inspectors. I think it's like 4 p.m. Pacific, so tune in for that. And I stream on my own channel randomly. I'll get a schedule one of these days.
And that brings it back to me. Hi, I'm Bob. I play Beldis. You can find me on Twitter at Cyclor1eye. I don't do much other than this every 2 weeks because I decided to go back to school and studying is important. It's nonsense. It's silly. Stay young forever.
I'm Jen, and you can find me at Quixote Jen, but if you're going to go anywhere on Twitter for me, go to Play Cancer Away, at Play Cancer Away. We're going to have a fundraiser all through October for Stand Up to Cancer. And it's a research organization that like coordinates laboratories and is both in the UK and the US and coordinates across the world. And we're going to have all sorts of games. Our signups are already out. And there's plenty of space left. Anybody's welcome to apply. If you are a cancer patient or a former cancer patient, not only are you welcome to apply, but we're hoping to have a lot of opportunities moving forward for cancer patients who want to play together. I like it better than support groups, so come play with us. And I put the link in the Discord because I'm not on the, if somebody would like to put the link to the sign up there. Yeah, you rock, thank you. And Mare's an amazing part of organizing this as well, so I want to give credit to them as well. So yeah, that's my project. And I have been doing a Monster Hearts campaign on Eviscerate, and we weren't able to do our last session because of life. It will be on October 14th, but it's still happening. It still counts as a project.
And oh goodness, it's me. Hi everyone, my name is Graham, or Graham Crackers, your local friend, and the person who loves you the most on the internet. You can find me here every Friday, where I play in the Guild Chain Investigations, as Harrison Nervals, your favorite tiefling paladin Oath of Conquest. You can find me every Tuesday here, DMing Shards of Anarion or Anarion's Rest, where I get to bully my friends with love, with dice. Outside of that, you can find me every Monday here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard for MMO Mondays, where we, as a community, play various MMORPGs and try out new systems and new games and level up and just, chit-chat and hang out, which is really delightful and relaxing. Outside of that, every other Saturday, you can find me on Polished Cryptid, where I am resuming my role as Mavrin Minados in our High Seas Hijinks campaign, where, my cursed ex-pirate, who's been cursed 3 times now, with 3 various curses, and their 8 wisdom, because no one would lie to you. Why would someone do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies. No one does that. But outside of that, you can find me on my Twitter at GrahamCrackers1, or you can find me here at GrahamCrackers. Outside of that, I hope that you have a wonderful night and a wonderful week. I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and stay in touch. We are going to raid Odd Tornado Productions, who are playing some D&D. Matt, who runs it, is our DM on the Guild Chain Investigation. So, let's spam some Graham love in the chat and just say you're doing a good job, because we got to spread the love. So, I hope that we see you soon. Until then, take care, and we will see you later. Spam some Graham. I love it.